Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. And right off the bat, I don't care who is doing better than me. I am doing better than I was last year. It is me versus me. This, guys, is one of the most important couple of lines that you need to remember. And I'm telling you this because we are all in this crypto space together. It is not you versus somebody else. And in the end of things, who cares if somebody is doing a little bit better than you? Who cares if somebody has a little bit more extra XRP than you? Who cares if he has a little bit of a better car and that type of stuff? In the end, it doesn't really matter. Guys, put down below in the comment section what country you're watching this video from. Show us the diversification of the XRP community. And even if you don't hold XRP, put it down below. Let's come together. In the end, you know what? You can also join the Discord. A link for that is down below too. Once more, we are all in this together. There's no need to have any hatred towards each other. Even if you don't like a specific crypto, just tell people then that you don't think it's a good idea. But don't hate on others, man. In this crypto space, we should be here together for ourselves and for each other. It's not a race. It's not a hatred game, but whatever. All right, Hester Pierce just put over on Twitter, we still need crypto clarity. And I posted a tweet that actually kind of resembles that one too. I think it's right here. The Ripple v SEC lawsuit is still not getting the recognition it deserves. You might call me out for sharing a lot of tweets and talking about a lot of tweets. A lot of people hate me for it. I think sometimes a story can really be expressed a little bit better if you have tweets in the background that kind of help you get a little bit more of the context. I tweeted this out specifically because I think right now as it currently stands, Ripple versus SEC is important to us as XRP holders, but to the major regulators and the big guys in the game, they actually haven't really spoken out about it too much. I mean, think about it. If these guys really found crypto regulation such a big deal as some parties are making it seem, then why aren't they speaking out more on the exact lawsuit that's going to define crypto regulations for the future? I mean, we have seen Elizabeth Warren right now put up a letter towards Gary Gensler, which, theoretically speaking, is going to explain if cryptos are securities, yes or no, from the base layer. But still, this entire lawsuit will set the precedent for every other crypto lawsuit in the future from here on forward. And theoretically speaking, the first ICO lawsuit has set the precedent for all of that and actually started the regulation. The Ripple lawsuit / XRP lawsuit will set the bar. And from that perspective too, it's basically like a Ripple test will come regardless, whether or not they call it that way, because every other crypto will be measured off of the only public case out there for cryptos, which is going to be this Ripple case. So from that perspective, I do wonder why they're not calling it out more often and why a lot more Ethereum maximalists, for example, are calling this out. Even that specific fact that Ethereum isn't properly regulated, that William Hinman said, the guy who supposedly told everybody that Ethereum is properly regulated, he said it actually isn't. Nobody's really speaking out about that, and that's going to be uncovered in, let's see here, 5 more days. And that's specifically the deposition of the individual who gave all that info is going to be tomorrow. By the way, guys, we're going to be streaming that tomorrow, so make sure you subscribe to the channel and make sure you are here tomorrow at 9 p.m. Dutch time, or I have no clue what time it is for you anymore. I think 9 p.m. at GMT plus 2, just calculated towards your time. Just I'll do another announcement tomorrow morning somewhere. Most likely, I'll also give a notification out on Discord. So if you join the Discord, you'll also be golden. And guys, I'm also quickly remind you guys all to go and enter the Bybit competition. There's 30,000 XRP that's going to be given away to a couple of you guys. Right now, there's only 34 people who have entered. It doesn't cost any money to enter. It doesn't have any risk to enter. All it takes is for you to trade if you have actually entered, though. But the entering itself doesn't take any money. And literally, if you don't want to trade, it's better to just have signed up and not trade, because it doesn't cost you anything, then not sign up and have regret. In the end of things, all you're doing as well is getting this number of participants up. Right now, there's only 1,500 XRP that's certainly going to be distributed over 10 people already. All right, but we can get that to 30,000 if just a couple more people sign up. It's not that crazy. We can easily get to a couple thousand because there's so many people watching these videos, but a lot of people are just hesitant or don't understand. There's no risk involved. You can actually just make a new account if you want to. You can actually use your old account if you want to. Just sign up. It is worth it. If you're in the US or UK, use a VPN, but you know, I'm not exactly sure about how those work on that specific front, but if you're not in those places, join. I'm telling you, it's worth it. All right, Crypto Law actually posted about the whole Hester Pierce debacle too. The SEC Commissioner Hester Pierce and Elliot Roisman issued a statement on coin schedule settlement to slam the SEC for, again, not specifying how it determines whether coins are securities or not, which Elizabeth Warren right now has put a letter up. They also question the Howey test as the be-all and end-all statement. Admitting specifically on coin's status in the coin schedule settlement was symptomatic of our reluctance to provide additional guidance about how to determine whether a token is being sold as part of a securities offering or which token are securities. And from this point on forward already, make sure you understand, I'm never telling you that Ripple is the only crypto or I should call it XRP, I guess, or Ripple is the only crypto company, or XRP is the only crypto that has a lawsuit going on right now. No. We have called about Library 2 and a couple others that have actually got a lawsuit similar to this right now as we speak. Yet Ripple is the first and most important one. That's what I'm trying to say. The Howey test, we go on with the tweet, is helpful, but often, including with respect to many digital assets, the application of the test is not crystal clear, and market participants and their lawyers struggle to know what the SEC enforcement will do. And that's again a point that Ripple has made prior as well, is just not clear, and that's why Ripple is talking about fair notice, and one of their main defenses. Well, if it was obvious, then probably they wouldn't have done it. But it isn't obvious, which nobody can disagree with. Providing guidance piecemeal through enforcement actions is not the best way to move forward, which again Ripple has argued as well. If the commission intends to continue to do so, then they should at least be clear about which tokens we have identified to have been sold pursuant to securities offerings. So basically, they should put up kind of a rule book as to what isn't allowed, and also basically give an explanation of what is good, right? Because right now we don't know what's good. Ethereum is not. Is Bitcoin good? We don't even know. And that's what makes things so difficult. We don't know, and they are not telling us. Now, on that same exact front, I was actually watching this thing for freaking, 45 minutes. It takes a long freaking time. I don't think the CNBC freaking reports ever stop, do they? But basically, in this call here, they were basically talking about the Fed Chair Jerome Powell. He testified before the House Financial Services Committee, and I took a couple of pictures and a couple of notes. Let me quickly see. I'm checking it on my phone here, exactly what I wrote down again. So, the subject was regulation. It was basically Jerome Powell, and it said, Powell, we expect to publish digital currency report in September. That's literally the bottom line that it put down there. Policy and the economy, Jerome H. Powell. And then it said S&P sector percent gainers, but it basically was just about that Powell basically said that they expect to publish digital currency report in September, which is pretty damn cool. And let me see, he's given a testimony right now to Congress. He made a big difference between stable coins and crypto, and the bottom line is regulation. All right. If you're wondering if I made those notes specifically, no. That's my best man. If you're watching, shout out to you, my man. Thank you so much for helping me out. You know who you are, and thank you so much. There's a ton of people in this community that I love you guys, man. You guys are so amazing to me. A lot of you guys are actually really awesome. There's a lot of people who are sour in the comment section, but the majority of you guys are definitely way more awesome than I could ever imagine. So again, appreciate every single one of you commenting something down below or just pressing the like button, that type of stuff. You're all amazing. Michael Saylor said, we don't have to be smarter than the rest. We have to be more disciplined than the rest, by Warren Buffett on Bitcoin. I'm not actually sure if this is honest, or this is just a joke. I don't think he actually said about Bitcoin, that specific part. However, it doesn't really matter. Who cares? It's about the quote itself. Is there truth to it? Yes. We don't have to be smarter than the rest. You don't. To be honest, it doesn't take a smart man to become a millionaire or even a billionaire. You don't actually have to be smart. You can either be disciplined or you can be quote-unquote lucky. But what is luck, right? Luck is a really difficult concept to define. It's more about you making some of the right choices, which again, you don't necessarily have to be smarter than others for to make better choices. You can literally, for example, have one path that just works without you having any, really big brain. It could just work. I mean, for example, I'm just going to quickly put it up here. A lot of people have bought crypto without knowing what it is. They just bought it because they thought, hey, you know what? I'm going to put some money into this one. I have no idea what it does. Are they then, by definition, smarter than others? No, not necessarily. They just might be, better suited because they bought something. I'm not exactly sure how to explain why they're not smarter than you. You guys are not idiots. You know exactly what I mean with that. But it can just sometimes come in your path and it might just work out. And by being disciplined, I basically get this in the form of being able to put your mind in a position where you just hold on through without fearing, without selling, without doing some crazy stuff that you shouldn't. That's, again, smartness, though. I mean, discipline and smart can sometimes come in the same line, sometimes not. In this specific case, though, it's like making a smarter decision, which could be a disciplined decision or a smart decision, depending on how you look at it. It's basically the same thing in this specific sense. Just making a well thought out decision that's based upon discipline and not, mental weakness. Is the truth, though. Warren Buffett always says time in the markets is more important than timing the markets. I agree. but also just being involved in the freaking market as a whole is just the most important part, and not selling your not selling your crypto prematurely, I guess, is also a really big part of it. Can I tell you what the best thing to do is? No, obviously not. But one thing I can tell you is that crypto has treated me really, really fairly over the last couple of years, and I really assume that it's going to do the exact same thing over the next couple. Then Mr. Intuitive posted, my point of view, Jed is not affecting the price. He is allowed to sell 1% of the daily volume, 1%. The transaction gets gobbled up in seconds, and there is 99% more volume left on the day. How does that affect the price? So this is kind of a stupid tweet, partially because, of course, every percent matters. And even though there's 99 other percent, of course, if one guy sells $50 million worth, it doesn't matter how much rest there is, it's going to have some sort of influence, right? The only thing is, what he's right about, that's why I chose the tweet as well, is that in the end of things, it doesn't really affect the price too much. Not because it's just 1%, because 1% is actually a really significant amount. It's due to the fact that it's most likely already priced in, and him selling, we all know it's going to happen, the big guys know it's going to happen, and it's actually for a better cause. Think about it two ways. One, you might actually say that the price right now is factored in that he's about to be done selling. You might also say the price is factored in that he's going to sell for the next couple of years, and since people knew it and have known it for so long, then a sale on that specific day is not really going to do too much. Albeit 1, albeit 5, albeit 7%, albeit 10%. If we all know it's going to happen and it's known for years already, then a sale of that aspect is just going to make people buy in the exact same manner as before. Because him selling, what exactly does it do though? He's moving his coins to somebody else. He is putting up his coins so that somebody else can buy them. You might say that's going to drive the price down. Depends also on what way he sells them, to be honest with you. In some ways, you can actually sell coins without taking the price down, which is another whole different concept we can get into another day. But no, him selling, I don't think it has any influence on the price whatsoever, but that's not necessarily because of the percentage. Because it could even be that he's selling 7% of the daily volume and it's still not having any effect. It could be that he's selling 0.01% and it could have an effect. It just also depends on the news, the way it goes, and all that type of stuff. If, for example, Satoshi Nakamoto sells 1 Bitcoin out of his 1 million, that will have a really big effect on the price, even though it's a really small amount of money. You know, okay, 1 Bitcoin is still a lot, but I mean, in comparison to 1 million Bitcoin, it's not that much. It's not a high percentage of the entire crypto market or the Bitcoin volume, yet it's going to have a significant impact. And that's kind of the picture that you have to draw for yourself. It really matters on the situation. And in this specific sense, your Jed, no, it doesn't really matter what exactly he does. Who cares about him anyway? Is there a pattern to it? Yes, there is. He basically is allowed to sell 1% of the volume from 2 weeks ago, and he does that until all his XP is gone, and he's getting pretty close to it. Once more, we're not worried, and he's going to run out of XP this year, so pretty juicy to know that. Then, is Ripple XP likely to face more downside, or will buyers step in? I personally think there might always be a little bit more downside, but that's also why I prepare myself by buying the dip if we get there. So, am I afraid of downside? That's the more important question. No, I am not. And then I had a couple other tweets, like for example here, the pre-IPO Ripple share price watchers. Equity Zen has inventory. Today's price per share is $52 per Ripple stock. It's pretty cool, huh? It's pretty fun. It's just kind of wanted to put that up there for if you didn't know that or you thought that was interesting. What are you going to do with this info? I have no clue because you don't know how many stocks there are. And you don't know what the market cap is as it currently stands. But yeah, there you go. You have the stock price right now and the fee. It's a freaking 5%. Oh, here we go. We actually have a valuation as well. Last valuation, 11 billion. Deals implied valuation, 9.45. Discount to last, 14.6. Okay. That's pretty cool. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, guys, that was it for today's video. I think we covered all of our stuff. Let's quickly check it out once more. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Sometimes I forget them, and I'm like, oh, damn, I can't make an entire video now because whatever. Make sure you sign up to Bybit. It is worth it. It is worth it. It is worth it. If it wasn't, I wouldn't tell you. Make sure you get this number up. It's not going to give me anything, by the way. It's just for you guys. I mean, there's literally no negative side to signing up, though. It doesn't cost you any money. It doesn't cost you anything. It's no negative side. Do it. Help your peers out. At least a couple of people here want to win and want to enter. And the more people that enter, the more money there's to be won. And it can get up to freaking, theoretically speaking, $300,000 if you factor in the fact that XP is going to go times 10 in the near future, to $10 in the future. Right now, 30,000 XP is just $18,000, which is still a ton of money to be given away in just a couple of days, by the way. It's not a long time, all right? Couple of days, $18,000. But if we're talking about $10 per XRP, this XRP that's going to be given away, $30,000, is $300,000. Think about that for a little second. You can be part of that. You can at least help somebody get freaking, let's see here. The maximum that one person can get in terms of money is 7,500 XRP. You can make somebody $75,000, and this person can start out with 300 XP, which is $180 right now. So I think, or $150 maybe, I don't know. So one person, no, 180. Let's say $180 can actually win you $75,000 future money, if not more. Who knows, right? Exactly where XP will get to. It is worth it to try it out. Tell your friends if you want to. If you don't want to, don't. I mean, literally, in the end of things, I don't really care. It's about your people, and I think this is one of the coolest things I could have ever done for the community, at least my own community here. So once more, I'm really excited about this one.